total energy of the universe and a universe from nothing. In the foregoing, when we examined dark matter, it became clear how physicists were able to demonstrate with a fair degree of confidence that the shape of the universe is flat. And if the universe is flat, then on this basis, some physicists, such as Dr. Lawrence Krauss, propose that the total energy of a flat universe equals zero. The reason is that gravity has negative energy that counteracts the positive energy of matter. In a flat universe, its positive energy is only sufficient to escape, meaning the positive energy exactly equals the negative energy. Thus, the total energy of the universe equals zero. And a universe whose total energy equals zero can come from nothing, according to Lawrence Krauss and those who adhere to this view. Since no energy entered the universe from outside, the universe's energy and matter are only an internal product. And quantum fluctuations in the vacuum guarantee this, according to the uncertainty principle and quantum mechanics. Uncertainty principle and quantum mechanics. Thus, quantum fluctuations brought the universe into being from nothing. There is no external intervention in the universe because it has no need for such intervention. The universe began by itself through the quantum fluctuations of the vacuum, which, according to quantum mechanics, the vacuum never lacks. Hence, there is no need to assume the existence of a God who initiated the universe from outside it. And all of this is regardless of the space in which these quantum fluctuations of the vacuum occur, because that space itself requires an explanation, no matter how infinitesimally small it may be. And we have previously discussed this matter. So what we have here is a space and quantum fluctuations appearing within it according to the laws of quantum mechanics, specifically the uncertainty principle. Here we must pay attention. The uncertainty principle states that there must be quantum fluctuations in space, but it does not explain their cause. The cause and reason for the appearance of these fluctuations remain unknown. Quantum mechanics here abdicates explanation by abolishing the principle of causality that is consistent in all events within the universe at scales larger than the quantum level. Causality is a principle that has never been violated in a single cosmic event. So why should it be forced to be violated here? Why might it not be that our capabilities, which are certainly not absolute, do not qualify us to find the cause? I believe that abolishing causality represents an escape from the solution, not a solution. An escape from the solution, not a solution. We can simply argue with what Hugh Everett proposed: the existence of other universes that can influence one another. Thus, quantum fluctuations are traces from a neighboring universe to ours, or cross-universe effects. As for the total energy of the universe being zero, or the sum of forces within it being zero, this does not at all mean the denial of God's existence. They want to say nothing entered the universe from outside. So why do we need to assume? They want to say nothing entered the universe from outside. So why do we need to assume the existence of God? But who said that something must enter the universe from outside for us to assume the existence of God, or for us to need to assume the existence of God? This matter requires proof and evidence, and scientific evidence has demonstrated it, among which is the fine-tuning of the cosmological constant. As for me personally, I say it is not permissible at all for anything to enter from outside the universes into them, and the sum of forces within them must equal zero, because the created existence as a whole must be nothing other than non-existence itself. If the created existence as a whole were not non-existence, it would stand in contrast to the divine, and we would fall into the greatest philosophical, theological problem impossible to resolve. Where is created existence in relation to God? To God. Where is created existence in relation to God? Or were creatures created within the essence or outside the essence? Or can we also phrase the question this way: is God inside creation or outside of it? For if the created existence as a whole were not merely non-existence, any answer would necessarily entail one of two things: either that God is originated, or that created existence is eternal. This would mean either negating his absolute divinity or negating his oneness. Glory be to him. And although the statement that God is neither inside things nor outside them, or that creation is neither within the essence nor outside it, does not count as an answer, that rather it is merely a denial of both preceding answers, it is nevertheless better in any case than the two preceding answers, and what necessarily follows from them, namely the negation of his divinity and oneness. Glory be to him. The truth is, the existence of creation is merely a conceptual existence in contrast to God's true existence. Our situation is like that of quantum fluctuations in space, which fill our bodies. In relation to him, glory be to him, we are merely non-existences, because we never emerged from non-existence. Rather, we are in non-existence and carry our non-existence with us. Truly, there is nothing other than him. Perhaps it is difficult for some religious people to understand these statements, for which I presented the scientific proof before uttering them, but there are many proven scientific facts that are difficult to understand, such as quantum mechanics and general relativity. Is it easy to understand that a single electron, a material particle, goes through two slits in one screen at the same time? Or is it easy to understand that time is a fourth cosmic dimension, like the three spatial dimensions, and that the Earth's mass affects time and bends it in the fabric of space-time? Where are we? This question, which I answered in the previous subject, is considered one of the most pressing theological questions for a human being, if not the first and most important theological question a person encounters, as it lies at the very beginning of the path of seeking truth. Every human being asks this question and repeats it in their mind. Where are we? Or where are we in relation to God? Where did God create us? Where did God create us? Did he create us within his essence or outside his essence? Or if outside his essence, then where is this outside? Did he create this outside and then create us within it? Or is this outside eternal without beginning? It is clear that it cannot be eternal without beginning, because that would imply a multiplicity of eternals and absolute divinities. But if he created this outside, then where did he create it? Did he create it in another outside older than it? Thus, the matter would regress indefinitely until it ends at an eternal, beginningless outside. And if the outside in which he created us is eternal, without beginning, or ends at an eternal, without beginning, then eternals multiply and absolute divinities multiply. And this is undoubtedly false and polytheistic. The Wahhabis hold this view that creation is outside the essence, and they believe in this corrupt creed. This belief is far worse than the Christians' doctrine of the Trinity. As for the statement that we were created within his essence, that would mean his essence becomes subject to origination, because it becomes a focus for events, incidents, that would negate his eternality and negate his absolute divinity. As for the answer of an eternal, beginningless outside, or the answer that ultimately goes back to an eternal, beginningless outside, even if we were to assume it, besides implying multiplicity of eternals, it would also become a locus for events if creation is within it. This would mean it is both originated, having a beginning, and eternal, without beginning at the same time, an impossibility, because a thing cannot be both originated and eternal. Furthermore, the claim that there exists an outside, separate from it, from the essence, distinct from it, negates his absolute divinity. Glory be to him, because it negates his being absolute. This outside becomes a limit to him. Glory be to him, because he is not within this outside. So the matter, as we see, is extremely perplexing. For this reason, most of those who wrote on theology avoided it. Some Muslims chose an answer to the effect that he is neither inside things nor outside them. This answer is closer to a non-answer than to being an answer to the question or a solution to this dilemma. It is a regurgitation of a phrase attributed to Imam Ali, peace be upon him. He is near to things without touching, far from them without being separate. This is not a detailed answer to the dilemma. It is merely a denial of both mistaken answers, i.e., that God is inside things or that he is outside things. And the Imams, peace be upon them, peace be upon them, lack of elaboration on this major theological issue related to proving God's existence and to monotheism, an issue that needs elaboration, is for the same reasons we have previously mentioned and repeated. That ambiguous matters are sometimes left aside so that the proof of his time may explain them, thus serving as evidence for him. Also, some matters may not be explained because their time and people have not yet come. For who could understand the meaning of escape velocity, or say antimatter, at the time of Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen, peace be upon him, or understand that matter carries its own non-existence with it, or understand antimatter and many things whose time had not yet come in that era? As-Sadiq, peace be upon him, said, "Not everything that is known can be spoken. Not everything that can be spoken has its time come, and not everything whose time has come finds its people present. And when he, the Spirit of truth, comes, he will guide you into all the truth, for he will not speak on his own authority, but whatever he hears, he will speak. And he will declare you, and he will declare to you the things that are to come. Sayyid Ahmad al-Hasan alayhi salam, book's name is The Atheism Delusion, chapter 6.